Okay. Looks like we're live.
Hey.
Hey. 2 viewers.
Oh, mine isn't showing me anything.
Zero.
Is it on?
Is it showing anything your side?
Oh. Just showing the picture.
Oh, let me change that. Hold on. That's because I've left it on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. I'm just sorting my tipple out. You got absinthe?
Yeah, I'm gonna pour. Do you want to watch it change colour?
I'd love to.
Okay.
Let me change that.
Are you ready?
Almost.
Oh.
Hold on. Sorry, I really want to cut. Okay, I'm ready.
A bit too much though. This is going to be interesting, but.
Oh wow!
I don't know if you can see the little clouds.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's really cool.
Right, well, maybe a little bit extra water. I put way too much absinthe in there. So.
Wow. Oh. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm gonna wait for mine to mix a bit. Can you see the difference? Shit, it's not mixing in the straw.
No.
That's all pure absinthe. Oh no. Okay, well, this is I'm
still figuring out the configurations. Here we go.
It's like majorly lagged.
Yeah, I think it will be for us, but should be fine for any potential viewers out there.
Oh, am I gonna drink that? Like, I'm scared now. Oh. I feel like most of this now is like us trying to figure everything out.
Yeah. Apart from what was advertised.
Yeah, right.
We've got 4 viewers now. Hey guys.
Oh, hello.
I'm going to write a message.
Is my camera light on? It's very odd.
Your camera's not on at the moment. Hey!
Is it back?
Emma, hello. No, sorry, I was just reading your message.
Oh, right.
It went on for a second. Oh.
Sounds like a live stream of boomers trying to use technology, but we're still millennials.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's gone off again.
I have no idea what's wrong with my camera.
Oh no. It's been working fine till now.
Did I do something?
It's working now.
Okay.
And now it's not.
Oh, do I have to stay in the screen? Hang on a minute, let me see if I can stay
Oh,
in the
maybe.
screen.
I didn't...
Okay, is it working now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've been going off screen and I think mine's been staying on.
Oh.
Okay. Hey. Hello.
Hello.
It looked like you had a kitchen tap in your... just there.
What the hell is this? Okay, well, I'm just gonna try.
Yeah. Oh, strong one.
Yeah, it was a bit.
Yeah. No, we've had... Hey, Luke.
Cool.
Hey, Alex. My dad's here. Hello, Dad.
Oh, hello. Oh, 5 people now.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So we're attempting. We've kind of convened this evening, attempting to review Sadako versus Kayako. I want to say.
More or less.
Yeah. That's basically it. Which is the Grudge versus the Ring. That's probably going to be the easiest way of referring to it this evening.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Which I watched it again earlier today.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Did you say you'd done the same, Emma?
Yeah, I watched it this morning to refresh my memory.
Yeah. And it's like I thought. Like overall, I thought it was pretty. Like it's pretty fun. Like I know there's been a lot of sort of people saying it's really dumb and stupid, but you can't really expect much more from that.
Yeah, right. I mean, they literally have a face-off, so what do you expect?
It's a versus film, like Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I must admit, the beginning bit did seem a little bit serious.
It did, yeah. Like the first half was pretty. Yeah. Like I thought. It surprised me actually how much it took it. So yeah, it kind of took itself seriously, the first part of it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really cool, like having both the Grudge and the Ring together in the same story. Because they kind of compared quite a lot anyway, but it shows that they kind of know that. And yeah. So yeah, it was quite spooky, particularly like the first half.
Oh yeah.
In places.
I think that first scene where you see the ring.
Yeah.
That was a little bit creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to be honest, the rest of it wasn't too bad, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of the level of scare.
Yeah. Like, particularly as it got up towards the final battle, it definitely got funnier as it went on, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it was so like they kind of like the thing I noticed about. Have you seen the original Ring?
I haven't actually.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any of the Ring movies. I've only seen The Grudge.
Yeah, I'd not until recently. The same with The Grudge.
Yeah.
I think I preferred The Ring actually out of the two.
Did you?
Yeah, which I wasn't expecting. I thought I'd prefer The Grudge.
I mean, I can't be biased because I've only watched one, but not the other. But yeah.
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 Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments. My dad's just said Freddy versus Jason was superb, especially the Jason pinball scene. That's pretty. Have you seen Freddy versus Jason?
Yeah. Quite a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Like, funny enough, I remember watching that around my dad's and like loving it. That was another one where
Was that scene I remember where like said Freddy's back, but it was written on someone else's back.
Yeah.
Like in scratches. And
Yeah.
I don't know why I just wanted to make a joke about the fact that that's not Freddy's back.
Yeah. This is my back now. I think it was, I think it was in that one. But I loved, like, I suppose the plot line with Grudge versus The Ring, there wasn't much of, not a huge amount of one really, I suppose, but it was kind of, they changed, because in the original Ring, I think, it was like you have 1 week to live if you watch the cursed videotape.
Yeah.
It was the basic premise.
1 week was it?
A whole week, yeah. So, yeah, damn.
Ring's
it's a lot of
torment.
Yeah. So I did notice that in the recent one, they changed it to 2 days instead of a week. So I think that was more just because they were like, we just want to make it as intense as possible, so let's make it in less time.
Yeah.
But that worked.
What are you like? Were you favouring Ring or Grudge? Like, if they had a face-off before you watched the Versus movie, who do you think?
I think that the Grudge is definitely more brutal. It seems like it could really fuck you up more as opposed to the Ring.
2 against 1 in it. It's a little boy as well, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They definitely focused on the cat meowing a bit more in this one, I thought.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There was a lot of that.
I don't know if like I'm just not that scared anymore of this kind of stuff, but I felt like the faces of the people who just died from like, I don't know, something were just a little bit out there.
Yeah.
Cross-eyed and like...
Yeah, like...
Yeah, pretty much, literally.
Yeah, I did think that as well.
I don't know if they were trying to be a little bit obscene or like...
Yeah. Definitely got more, like... I think my favourite bit in the whole thing, I had to rewind it because I didn't quite believe that it happened. And then I rewound it and thought, that's great. And it's just a literal, like a very quick shot in it. But there's a bit like, I don't know if you remember, there's this, they go to they want to go to the exorcist and get it, exorcise the demons. And then they kind of, with the old lady that does it in the first place. And then she ends up getting possessed. And then the guy tries to stop her, and then she just...
Is it when she headbutts him?
Yeah, that's it, yeah! That's the best bit of the whole film.
What happened to his face? It's like, smudged.
It turns into like a cartoon, like she proper headbutts him and just completely obliterates his face.
Him.
I've never seen anything like it. His face just went, whoa.
Yeah, right. That was a bit weird.
That was definitely my favourite bit, I think. And it's so short as well, but that's kind of what made it great.
Done now. Okay, never mind.
You got it. But I really liked... That
was really funny.
Yeah, it's so
like,
good.
Looking at him on the floor, like, wanting to see his face. Like...
Yeah. It's still as warped and, like, cartoonish as it first appeared.
Another bit that was, like, one of my favourite parts was when the other exorcist guy, the eccentric one, he gets the girl and he's like, come out, Sadako, with this like bag, and then the hair goes in and he's holding it and it's like wriggling inside. What the hell is this all about?
I liked yeah. I made a note of their names because it's the guy who's the exorcist and he's got a little girl with him as well, hasn't he? What was it? Kayako, that was his name. and Tomoa. There's the little girl in it who's blind.
Oh,
and
okay.
She kind of is there with him as his what's the, I don't know, his co-worker, I suppose, in exorcism.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? Having like a little blind girl at that. I'd
like to see a spin-off of them two actually and see how they met and everything. He was cool. Like I liked the little things he did when he was when he was working with possessions. He did like the and then like
right.
It was great.
Yeah. That's funny. Very entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd recommend watching it just for that, really.
He should have his own spin-off show, really.
Definitely. That'd be really cool. Like I don't know, well, Shudder could do it as it's on Shudder, but just like a little series just with them and going on different like ghostly expeditions.
Find all of the ghosts that have ever been in any like ghost horror movie and
exactly.
Go after them all.
That'd be well cool. Yeah. And I thought like the acting was pretty good in it on a serious note. I thought the acting was quite good actually.
There were some kind of weird moments when like it obviously already got very jokey.
Yeah.
But then like you see a scene, like I think it's when the two girls who need to both be cursed by both spirits, they're sitting in the living room and it's like really serious acting at the same time, and it just threw me off a bit, like where the jokes.
Yeah.
But it's like it was pretty, isn't it?
Yeah. It's definitely like there was a couple of bits, they're definitely jumpy bits like in the first part. And I think the videotape, that whole thing's just really creepy in itself, like inherently is just like in the original it's really well done how they just make it really creepy and it looks like an old Marilyn Manson video, that sort of thing.
Or what, the background and everything, like
just like
and stuff.
There's it reminded me, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's a music video Manson did of a song he did called Cryptid, I think it's called. And that's quite an old, like that was on his Antichrist Superstar album.
What was it?
Yeah, the video for it is quite a short song, but it's just this really black and white, grainy, like looks like it was filmed in the wartime, but there's just really disturbing stuff going on in it. And that's kind of what like the original videotape in Ringu was. And then in this one, it was quite creepy as well. I thought it was quite good.
Was the tape the same as in the original?
No, it changed. Yeah, so it's
quite interesting to see.
I think I haven't seen, because I think there was a Ring 2 as well, and then the remake as well. So I'm not sure if the tapes changed in those ones as well. That'd be interesting to see. But yeah, I thought the kid from the Grudge was definitely funnier in this one than in the original.
What is he like? What's he doing all the time? Like,
he's just hiding behind.
I don't remember him doing this before. Like with some weird mouth noise as well.
And the meowing going on simultaneously.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was a bit bizarre. And not in a bad way. Like I thought it was quite funny how they did it.
Yeah, right.
Like it's made it more memorable, I think.
Yeah, I think
so. But he definitely got more, like it felt more like an action sort of film at times when like the boy came into it and he was like meow and sort of went whoa and then just got on the guy.
Just springing on someone like a spider.
And he proper stretches that guy's neck out.
Yeah. And like the bit in the exorcism as well, when the two, I don't know what you want to call them, the two assistants or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of them gets up and breaks the other one's neck, and then they like bend their neck around, and their neck is like really long.
Yeah, I was really.
What is this?
Yeah. I wasn't quite sure what happened in that scene.
It all just happened so fast. Like, I didn't realise what was happening until like they'd already cracked the neck. I was like, oh, maybe they're possessed or something.
Yeah. I think the other excuse me. I think the other I think Kayako's the one from the Grudge, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, just looking at the poster, I can see that's I think she's definitely, obviously with the crackly voice and everything, and just the weird movements. She still kept up that spooky sort of factor in this one as well, which was cool.
It's funny how they both have their own kind of like ghostly personalities.
Yeah, definitely.
How they joined in the end. Like,
that was so epic.
It was just kind of like, what's going on now?
Yeah.
It was a little bit like they were just trying to come up with something, I don't know, like something weird, like
like
a big blob monster. Like, how does this relate to them being, I don't know,
what? So I guess anyone watching this at the moment, I suppose, obviously there's going to be spoilers, which we've already said about.
Otherwise, what would we talk about?
Yeah, exactly. There wouldn't be much to talk about. So if you wanted to watch the film on a blank slate, then sorry about that.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. But it's still, like, I'd still recommend it. It's quite a good. Yeah, I just think it's kind of spooky and funny in equal measure. But the final, like, when they finally come together and so the girls have to, initially, I think it's because the only way they can get rid of the curse is if they bring both entities together.
Yeah, right.
So when they finally come together, which I think's in like the last 15 minutes of the film, is really good.
It's just yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's like some of it's quite. It's not like a full-on battle, I suppose. Like there's that bit with when the girl's standing by the well, and they're both kind of coming towards her, and then she just jumps in it, and they splodge together.
Really funny. I think there was a moment when, like, the ring, she was about to like go at the Grudge, but like it's the way she just like swooped. Like, I don't know if you caught that, like.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you. Woo!
Just, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, but I thought the blob monster, we'll just call it the blob monster because I think that's probably
yeah, right.
what it is. Was so good in it. I thought, because I was kind of wondering, like before that had happened, I thought they're definitely gonna mesh together and create some sort of weird creature or something.
Right, but I thought it would be like, I don't know, something different.
Right.
Like them two merging together, not becoming a blob. Like, I don't know. It was really weird to me.
Yeah. Like just a floating.
Like in the end, when they played the video, and it was like them two joined together.
Yeah.
Like their personalities combined. That was pretty good. That's what I expected when I saw the blob.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think, because when that happened, I was like, oh, yeah, here we go. and then it's almost like it couldn't take it, like it couldn't contain both of them, so it's just like it just splattered, and then it just became this massive great thing. It's like, yeah, we can become this now.
Yeah. Why the hell not? Yeah. I kind of found it really funny when they became this blob thing. So the girl was in the bottom of the well.
Yeah.
And like they're standing on top of the well, the blob thing, and I don't understand why they just decided to jump inside the well.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I didn't quite get that either, actually. That's brilliant.
Can do what they want, really. So
I suppose they can, yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah.
We've got 6 viewers. My goodness. Hello. I'm just. I think it's still Luke and Alex and my dad. Don't know who the 6th is. So please do type.
Okay. Well, I can't view the chat anymore anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why your camera's not working now.
It's like stopped loading the chat. I don't know if it's because I'm not specifically on it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, give it a go now and see if it works. If you want to.
I don't know what I'm doing right now. Yeah, no, nothing.
Yeah.
Basically, the last comment I can see is Alex saying hello. That was all the way back in the beginning.
Yeah. Hello again, Alex.
Hello.
Yeah, so I think I was surprised how I thought it was like this year that it was made, but when I looked on Shudder earlier, it was like 2016, I think.
Was it?
So it was it was made a while ago. I thought it was like.
I knew about this before.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think like the Grudge house is definitely. Yeah, like when they first got to the house in this film, it was kind of like an iconic moment of like, oh, that's the house, and
right.
That was pretty well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of the reviews like on Shudder weren't too. Actually, there was quite a few that were still like 4 stars and stuff, so it wasn't too bad.
4 stars. To be honest, I probably wouldn't give it 5 stars.
Yeah. No, it's not quite.
It's fun, but like.
Yeah. It's not a classic or anything.
No. It's something that you just have to watch for the sake of watching, like.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you see that it exists, you're just like, I've got to watch that at some point. That's just.
Yeah.
I can't end my life until I'm seeing that.
Oh, that could be a positive thing.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that sounded a bit wrong.
Got this dark already, like.
That sounded a bit wrong. I can't let nature take its course until.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So on a different note, but slightly related. Halloween's going to be a bit different this year.
God, yeah. Not that I would have gone out anyway, because.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have to stay in and watch horror movies.
I probably would have done that anyway, I suppose. So it's not too bad. Have you watched any in particular at the moment? Like any particular horrors or just anything like that?
Do you know what? I did watch one that recently that I just found very interesting because it's Dark Water.
Oh yeah.
Heard them.
Yeah.
And I found it very interesting because the whole story basically came real. Like, I don't know if you heard about a girl called Elisa Lam.
Yes. Yeah.
And her death.
Mm.
But the movie was filmed way before her death ever happened.
Oh really?
Which is a bit creepy.
Yeah.
It was just a bit, no disrespect to her passing, but it was just very interesting to watch that movie and then hearing about her death literally being exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that is quite spooky.
Yeah. It's definitely a good movie to watch.
Yeah. Mm. I heard initially about Elisa Lam from a band called Skinned, who are kind of like an electronic sort of hard rock band. And they did a song called Elisa Lam, and they do a lot of different songs about serial killers and all that sort of thing. All that sort of thing, And and that's how I initially heard about it. But that sounds interesting about Dark Water, because I have been wanting to watch that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the same guy. Oh, cool. That's on Shudder as well, I think.
Yeah, it's on Shudder as well.
Yeah. Same director as The Ring, I think. Yeah, The Ring.
Is it?
So it all ties in.
Nice. Yeah, it's just really weird because I think like there are some scenes in like the original. Is it Japanese original movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for example, what you see from like Elevator, the movie shots are pretty much identical to what you caught on camera, like CCTV of Elisa Lam in the elevator.
Wow. That's even creepier.
And like apparently, obviously in the movie, people complained about like the water tasting bad, or like a bad taste, or like it's dirty or something, and that's happened in real life as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a bit yeah.
That is quite spooky, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah. I like you say, no disrespect to the dead or anything, but it is really fascinating.
It's just kind of like predicting something that can actually happen, and it actually did happen just by chance, like obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit mental.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think the hotel that she died in, many, many, many people died in this hotel.
Right. Oh,
really? Lot of other stories, like
it was like notorious for that.
Yeah. And I think some serial killers stayed in the hotel as well. Yeah, right. I don't know if they killed whilst they were there, but they.
I was going to say, I bet he did
stayed there.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Very interesting.
Because it was kind of like a there's a Rammstein song called Mind Tile. Do you know that one?
I don't know if I've heard it, but don't know the name.
I think you'd like it. It's a good song. But that one's about I think his name was Armin Muse. I think that was his name.
Okay.
And he advertised on this dodgy website something, I think it was like called the Cannibal Cafe, something like that, but that was the website's name. And basically for people who like to eat flesh.
Wow, that goes with the name, really.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, that's it. Went on to this website to like post advertisements, I suppose, for people who would be interested in such a thing.
Yeah.
And he did. he was basically asking for a victim who wants to be eaten alive slowly and kind of like, almost romantically in a way. And he advertised, and like straight away got someone coming back and saying, yeah, I'm up for that, basically. Basically, yeah, why not?
Yeah, sounds like,
Yeah.
Okay.
And and it happened. And there is a film about it as well. I can't remember what the film's called, but there is a German film. I'll have to look it up and see what it's called. But there is a film that's like based on that whole subject as well. And he did just like, the guy went to his flat and it was just the two of them for days, and he just sort of ate him piece by piece. And but in between they sort of, like, it was very sexual as well, and it was just
okay.
Without going into detail.
Sounds like a Tinder date gone wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And that was what that song was about anyway. Like they Rammsteinified it and made it their own, but it was like, that was the initial. And I remember reading about it, and just the whole story itself was just incredible. And then, yeah. I mean, eventually he got arrested, and it was, but it's just fascinating how this guy was just like willing for it and just wanted to be part of that, and it was consensual in a way. It was really strange to read about.
There are all sorts of people in this world.
There's all kinds of human beings in the world.
Yeah.
I'm just going to check our page and make sure we haven't lost any viewers. Oh no, we've still got 6. That's fine.
Yeah. Was that pressure, by the way, to anyone who's watching this? Just making sure we ain't lost any followers, like any watchers.
Yeah, exactly. Still got Alex here. I'm just catching up on the comments a bit. So KD says, Ken, that's my dad. So he says, it's the feeling of menace rather than the explicit stuff in horror movies that is so disturbing. Mirrors in Poltergeist and CCTV as in The Grudge, or noises in the Blair Witch Project. Yeah, that's completely right. Like, it's definitely the psychological trauma of it.
This is what actually makes you scared after watching the horror movie. Like, not wanting to look in the mirror or turn your back on a mirror or something.
Yeah, that's it. It's not the physical. Yeah, the stuff that you can see in a way. It's what's suggested.
Like, after watching this Grudge versus Ring movie, I went to have a shower and I was like, what if hair falls on me or something? Like, look at the ceiling. Oh, it's fine. I'm alright.
Quick. That's fine.
Just in case, just check. Yeah.
I liked the hair in that as well. I thought was quite funny how they used it.
I mean, realistically, if the hair was like falling on your shoulder, you would have thought, "Oh crap, I'm going bald."
Exactly, that'd be the initial feeling.
I probably wouldn't link it up to being like cursed or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the look at their shoulder and like, oh.
I must look at the ceiling.
Yeah. It's not my hair.
I'd check my head, like. Well, I suppose if it was long hair and like, yeah, it's probably not mine.
Yeah. Exactly. But I'd recommend the original Ring though. That's on Shudder as well, so I'll definitely give that a go.
I had a look for The Grudge. They don't have The Grudge.
No, they don't. Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Sad, but
it is sad. Yeah.
Take what you can get.
Yeah, exactly. I suppose I don't know how long they've been up for actually, but I imagine they'll start streaming some more of the classics eventually as well.
Yeah, probably.
There's quite a few originals on there I want to watch. Like there's one called Scare Me, which looks quite good.
Oh yeah.
That's an original. And I think it's just about two best friends who are sleeping over or something, and they're telling each other scary stories. But eventually they start coming to life. So, and then and then the guy starts worrying because the girl's telling these really great scary stories, and they're coming to life, and he's like, "Oh god."
Oh,
it's a really good premise. So I do want to watch that.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I like some of the stuff on there. It's very like different. Yeah.
I think it's cool. It's just for a certain community of horror fans that like that stuff, and
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously stuff like Netflix and Now TV and all that sort of stuff is great. It's got different stuff on it.
It's not for horror though. Like
no, they'll have the occasional one, but it's not. It's not accustomed for that, I suppose.
I watched that Haunting of Bly House.
Bly, yeah. Was that good?
Have you seen that one yet?
I've not seen that one.
Yeah. It was interesting.
It was okay. It was okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, but it was just like... Have you seen Haunting of Hill House?
I really want to watch that, but it's on my list.
Okay.
But I
That's really, really good. But basically, they have some of the same actors,
and
it's like they're both like a haunting of something else.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. It just felt very weird to me. Like watching it, it's very similar, but like they're not the same thing. So it was kind of confusing. But yeah, they're both pretty good in their own way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Can't stop getting this. Perfectly splendid. Like if you watch Bly House, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This little girl just perfectly splendid. Everything is perfectly splendid. Yeah, right. British people don't really talk like this.
No. Absolutely transcendent. I'll definitely. You've just sold me on it even more. So I'll definitely.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
The movie, the series is perfectly splendid. There you go.
That sounds great. Yeah, I was quite interested. I heard such great things about The Haunting of Hill House. Everyone was saying how scary it is and got to watch it. I still haven't.
I didn't find it scary though.
Oh, okay. Was it more creepy?
You know those movies where you see the ghost and you're just watching the ghost and you're just like not scared of it?
Mm.
It was like that, but like the movie itself is a really good storyline. It's very interesting to watch, but I just didn't find it scary. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think when you watch scary movies when you're younger and like your old memories, you exaggerate them over time.
Mm.
So I'm expecting to see another scary movie and I think it's going to be like horrifying. Like I think I'm not going to be able to sleep, but actually it's not that bad. So
yeah,
I think it's just one of those things like getting old.
Yeah,
that's it, really.
Yes. Well, you get more conditioned to it, I suppose. Like the first time you see something, it's the scariest thing ever, and then you watch it again later, and it's not so much.
I remember that movie Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
That really, really.
Yeah.
When I was younger, like, oh my god. Now I think if I watch that, it's meh.
Yeah. It's nothing compared to,
Compared to what?
I'm trying to think of something really messed up.
Nothing compared to my imagination
at night time. My imagination. Yeah. Yeah. I think, did you ever watch a Serbian film? Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay, so it was a really big thing, sort of at the time. It was years ago now.
Yeah.
That's 2000 and probably about 10 years or so ago now. I could be really wrong there, but it felt like that long ago.
Probably like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Time goes so fast.
Yeah.
But it was one of those sort of torture porn kind of films that was just really like stretched the limits of what anyone had done before, and kind of involved. I can't even remember what the story was. I think it kind of followed this guy who was a porn star, and he had
sold.
Oh. Yeah, there you go. That was it. And he was like like a famous one, and he kind of got hired by some dodgy sort of organisation to make these basically kind of snuff films.
Yeah.
Which he didn't think were going to be quite as extreme at the start. He didn't think anyone would get like actually hurt, and then they do. And then they just got him get him sort of drugged up and doing all these really weird things, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Because if I say anything else, it's probably not YouTube fit. But
oh no, what is YouTube fit these days? Oh yeah,
it's really messed up. I remember watching it at a sleepover actually with some friends, like during sort of, I think it was during sort of, I must have been 19 or so it probably was almost 10 years ago. Yeah, and it was one of those films we put on for, hey, it'd be a bit of a laugh, and then we came out of it like mentally scarred. It was really messed up.
Sounds like a great movie.
Yeah. I forgot where I was going with that. I had a point with it, and I just started talking about the film. Sorry.
Just as lost as I am.
It's a film called Martyrs. Have you heard of that one at all?
No. Oh, I can see the comments now. Yay!
Oh, can you? What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a few more bits. Oh, thank you, Alex. It was 2010. Yes, you're quite right. Thank you.
Hey. Just going through and reading now, like.
You've got to catch up with your homies now and again.
You know, mate.
We've got 3 likes. 3.
Oh dear.
It's great. 2010. So yeah, it was literally 10 years ago. There you
go.
Nice. Yeah, Martyrs was it was a French film that was really, again, it was sort of like the first sort of like third of it was kind of like this revenge thriller sort of kind of film.
Yeah.
Sort of, kind of. I don't know if that's a term. And then it kind of turned into sort of mystery horror sort of film, and then the last third of it is just this relentless like torture horror kind of film.
Okay.
And that's all I'll say about it. It's really good. And I think it's one of those ones that I can't really recommend because it's almost quite a horrible experience to watch it, because it is really...
Really?
Yeah, like it is.
What,
really...
is it just gore though?
It's gore, but it's also kind of like it's kind of emotional as well. Like it does you kind of get into the main character a bit.
Really?
And kind of what she goes through. Like you feel like every punch and all that sort of stuff. So it feels like really kind of raw and nasty in a way.
Okay.
I'm not really selling it very well, but it's really... Sorry, I've got hiccups now. Yeah, it's really like I watched it with Mitch. Actually, I watched it with Mitch, and he came out. We both came out of it and was like sort of talking about it for ages and just saying like it was great, but I'd never want to watch it again. It was one of those ones.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, it's a challenge that I put out to anyone. It's a film called Martyrs.
It sounds like I've heard of it before, but
yeah,
I probably wasn't in the mood for subtitle.
Yeah, it is subtitled.
I can't watch something dubbed.
No, I'm not a fan of the dubbed. The only sort of dubbed ones I can watch is probably like the anime and stuff like that. I can.
Oh yeah, because
that's fine because it's animation.
It's like
so,
it's normal. But...
Yeah. But when it's like the bit in Wayne's World when they take the sort of piss out of that and they're talking in Korean. I think it's Korean, and then they're sort of like, but there's the English overdub, so they're kind of going, I will defeat you in battle.
That's literally what it looks like, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Actually, that's funny because when I was in the middle of watching Bly House thing, I went back onto Netflix to continue watching, and me and my husband, we're both using the same Netflix account, and he's watching his anime and stuff, and I guess he changed some settings or something. So you know when you hover the mouse over and you preview, it started dubbing it in Japanese. I was just like, what?
That's awesome.
It's ruining it for me. Like, it doesn't sound scary anymore. It was pretty funny.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty. So, do you guys Sorry, that's just all. Do you guys tend to watch stuff in Japanese or a bit of a mixture or just silent?
They've got to type in it.
That's interesting.
No one wants to say anything.
No. Okay, that's cool. That's fine.
No problem.
So, Emma, do you tend to watch stuff in Japanese or?
This store isn't very good. We don't actually really watch anything together, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
No. But if we watch things, we've not watched anything in Japanese original together. But if it's in English, we need English subtitles.
Yeah.
Makes everything very much easier.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, Yasu really doesn't like horror movies either.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I keep asking him, do you want to watch this one with me? And he's like, no,
I mustn't.
I want to watch something. Yeah.
My Sam is the same. She hates horror films.
Really?
So yeah. So I found recently when because I tend to stay up quite late and on a work night. And Sam will go to bed earlier. She works quite long hours, so I'll tend to my Shudder and time and my horror time tends to be late at night, so I can watch my stuff then. Yeah.
Yeah. Like when we were mentioning earlier about Halloween, I'm just thinking I watch horror movies probably by myself.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah. Damn it.
It's definitely it's definitely an acquired taste, I think.
Yeah,
Really
I think the more you watch it, the more you get used to it, though. So
yeah,
easier it gets. But if you avoid it and then you watch one, like I don't know,
exactly.
Obviously, you're not going to enjoy it because you've only watched one, and that's scary. But
that's it. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've got to do something quite unorthodox, so I need to go to the loo, I'm afraid. So bear with me. Emma, I'm going to leave it in your capable hands. I won't be gone long. I'll be as quick as possible.
All right, please then. So, it's left for me now. So, out of interest, who has actually watched the Grudge versus The Ring? Has anybody actually watched that? Nobody? No, I don't know. I guess everybody here must be interested in horror movies.
I'm back.
That was quick.
So, be as quick as I could. What I missed?
There we go. Hey. Just asked if anybody has watched that movie that we are supposed to be reviewing.
I mean, we kind of did for the first 10 minutes, I think, and then...
So, if nobody's watched it, have we sold it?
Yes.
That would be interesting to know. Elm Street.
Nice. The original Elm... Yes, good shout, Alex. The original Elm Street is a masterpiece. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, still bothers me as much as when I first saw it. Maybe not explicit as some of the sequels, but it's just the sheer lunacy of it is what I think it is. That's a good shout.
I think House of Wax is still horror. It's just a different type of horror.
Oh, definitely.
Sold on The Ring, but not on Ring versus Grudge.
Yeah. 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 Just The Ring. Yeah, that's fine.
It's good enough for me. I haven't watched The Ring, but that's good enough for me.
What's your favourite Halloween movie, Emma?
Halloween?
Yeah.
Or like horror movie?
Let's do both, actually, because they're quite different, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't know, to be honest.
It's difficult.
Yeah, I really can't think of like what my favourite would be, but
Yeah.
I'm more of a ghost movie type person though, because gore and whatever just does not do it for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a different kind of.
Yeah.
It's almost more of a gross out kind of thing, isn't it? The gore rather than a scary. Sometimes, anyway.
Something super interesting though. I don't know if you've seen Japanese movie Tetsuo, the Iron Man.
Oh, the Iron Man. I've not. Again, on Shudder.
Really good. I mean, it's really old, so it's kind of difficult to watch because quality isn't great. But that's something that's super interesting to watch.
That sounds really cool.
Some of the scenes are just ridiculous. What about you? What's your? Do you have a favorite or?
Like Halloween for me is kind of, I suppose Halloween film would be something that is kind of a bit gothic and kind of scary, but also, well, not so much scary, but spooky but fun at the same time.
Yeah, right.
Initially, when I think of Halloween, I just think of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Like that. That's just
I mean, I was thinking of this before, but I feel like it's a very I don't know, like everyone in the goth community is like, Nightmare Before Christmas. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to avoid saying that one, but it's a really great movie.
It is, and it's. I think. I mean, I sort of biased towards it because I remember watching it when I was really young and just loving it since then. So there's a nostalgic quality there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I think it's like, as a musical, it's brilliant. It's like the best musical ever. But then as like a Tim Burton-y kind of film, it's brilliant. And he didn't even direct it as well, which is interesting.
No, he didn't.
No, he obviously created the idea and everything, but...
Who was the director? I don't even know the guy's name.
Henry Selick.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he did Coraline. I don't know if you've seen that one. And he did an adaptation of James and the Giant Peach as well. Which Tim Burton produced, and that was great as well. That was really good. But he tends to do the animation, so that sort of stop motion animation stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Nightmare Before Christmas, like in terms of Halloween, I think that's kind of like the one at the top of my list. Really cool. I mean, horror films, that's definitely harder. There's so many great ones. I watched The Shining again recently, and I love that film. I think that's great.
It's got like an image of, it's not The Shining, but like The Exorcist.
That's
just pictured when that church steeple just into that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good. Nice. I love that's really hard.
Beetlejuice is always a
Beetlejuice is amazing. Yeah. That's so good. Yeah, it's kind of, you can't really beat sort of the old classics, really, can you, in terms of that?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I almost feel like in terms of like scariness, especially for like ghost stuff, I feel like the better the quality of the filming, the less scary it is.
Yeah.
Because when things are like a little bit blurred and stuff, like it just does have more of a freaky vibe.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I was thinking that when I was watching this Grudge versus Ring, because I was like watching like The Grudge and seeing her dress and all the crinkles on the back of her dress and stuff, and I was thinking like, why am I like concentrating on the crinkles of her dress. I should be looking at her scary face, but I'm not.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I don't know what it is. It's just the old-fashioned. I suppose it's very ghostly, isn't it? I suppose like the old-fashioned, the style of it all. Yeah, like you can't. It's that kind of unexplained, mysterious aspect of any ghost story. That's, I think.
Yeah, right.
It's always the scariest thing.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
No, I think no is the answer. I'd like to believe in them, and I think I've always been interested in the paranormal. And I remember even when I was younger, just watching like Ghost Hunters on the TV or any of those sort of American programs. And there was some stuff on there that was genuinely kind of shocking and like, oh wow, that's incredible. But then when you think about it, you're kind of like, yeah, they could have like done something in post production, and that's the skeptical side that comes out there. I think like I do believe in like a sort of spiritualism and I suppose something after death, because that's comforting. And
sorry, just pour myself another. Oh, now it's 9. I'm sorry to interrupt.
What's happening?
But look at the.
Oh yeah, that looks well.
This is why I drink absinthe, just to watch it. Like. Oh damn! I've got the same situation with the straw though.
Oh.
You can see the difference in colour. That's just pure absinthe.
And
it's not the thing. Oh, damn it.
I had no idea absinthe had this much, this contraption to go with it.
Yes, it's called a slipstream.
Right.
It's like a bong, but it's not.
But it's not. Yeah. It's totally not.
No. Sorry, continue.
I think I was done, actually. Yeah, but yeah, overall, like I suppose I'm a bit of an agnostic when it comes to ghosts. I'd like to believe I'm open to it, but I've never experienced anything firsthand.
Really?
How about yourself?
I don't know. I think I had an experience once, but like I don't know. I'm just confused by it. Like basically, I was in a park at night, and I went into a bush, and it's like in London, so inside the bush there was like a big gap, and I wanted to just go to the toilet. So that's why I was in the bush.
Of course.
And basically, I just like looked in front of me, and there was this white figure in like a what do you call it? Like a monk's thing, like with the hair just around the side and like a monk's cloak.
Yeah.
And I was just freaked out, so I just looked down and then I looked back up again, and it wasn't there. And I thought maybe I shouldn't go toilet here, so I just left. Yeah. But like I don't know, I kind of think maybe I was just tired, maybe. But I don't know, if you're that tired, how can you see something that is so clearly
clear.
Right in front of you? Like, you get those shadow people in the corner of your eye, fine. But I don't know.
That's difficult.
I don't know if it's enough for me to believe it, but it was very weird.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool.
Well, it was very scary.
I mean, scary, yeah. Sorry, perhaps not cool at the time.
Oh, God. Yeah, so hard to know, right?
Yeah. I mean, so on my mum's side of the family, because my mum said she thinks she had something at one point.
Oh, yeah.
And this is why I kind of like lean more towards believing in it, because my mum and my grandma both had experiences, and they're both quite sceptical about that sort of thing. So it's like even now they're a bit like, I don't really believe in it, but they still had something. So
like an inkling of something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, my mum saw, so she thinks when I was staying at my dad's one night, and she came to pick me up the next day, and she thinks when she was on the way, it was in Buntingford, I think, at the time, and so when she was on the way, she's certain she saw like a girl quite in like a red coat go across the road when she was driving.
Yeah.
And it was very close, not so close to the car that Mum had to do an emergency stop or anything, but she kind of went a bit slower for her to go. And then when Mum just kind of looked down the road and she couldn't see anything, like from the crossing. And she told me about that.
Like, how can your brain just make that up? Like,
exactly, yeah. But I think like my grandma's story was definitely. And my grandma doesn't even know that I know this. I think she just sort of told my mum, but she definitely thinks that when my granddad's mum, I believe, passed away at the time, and on the same night that happened, because she was in hospital and passed away in hospital, and my grandma's certain that because she was still awake and my granddad was next to her asleep, but she's certain she just saw this weird light in the corner of the room. And then it just kind of like wiped across the room just like really quickly and sort of onto my granddad's side. And she's certain she heard like a whispered voice saying something like, "Oh, he's okay, it's all right, it's fine, he's all right." And then saw the light sort of slowly go away. And it was really like, I don't know, like when I heard that story, I thought, because knowing my grandma, she's so cynical and like about stuff like that. So it was really interesting hearing that and thinking that she experienced that, and it's just, it's quite weird.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like...
Yeah. It's strange.
Yeah.
I've just shared that on YouTube. That was a private family story, but there you go.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think, like, if anything, I almost don't want to believe in them because it scares the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Having said that, when I'm working, I want to believe in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because for anyone who doesn't know, I clean houses and I am scared to death of spiders. And since I was young, my mum told me that if there are spiders in a house, it means there are no ghosts. So obviously I want there to be ghosts, so there's no spiders in the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So every now and then I'm like, this place looks like there should be spiders, but they're not. Where are the ghosts? Like, cleaning a haunted house. Like,
yeah.
So, you know, now I would much rather see a ghost than a spider at work.
They just freak you out. Yeah.
It would feel a little bit more comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Oh, they are definitely, any sort of creepy crawlies are quite spooky. Not even spooky,
definitely.
Just straight out scary. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who this is, but somebody said it sounds like a movie, that little red coat girl. That really does, doesn't it? Like,
yeah. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it's like an old movie called Don't Look Now with Donald Sutherland. There's a little dwarf in a red hooded coat that is the murderer. I've never seen that film properly, actually, but I have seen that scene. That's actually quite scary.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm just catching up on them as well. Luke said the Achilles heel snip gets me every time. I'm assuming that's in reference to House of Wax. And that does sound horrifying. anything with that. Like even in like Kill Bill, there's like this bit when she like slices open someone's Achilles heel, and it's horrible. Yeah, it's pretty grim.
Yeah.
Alex says, even though it's technically not
A proper horror, Killer Clowns from Outer Space still scares the shit out of me.
Now, knowing Alex, I'm
hoping he's not going to mind me saying this, but I know he does have a bit of a thing for clowns. That's all I'm going to say.
As a fear of a clown?
I think, yes. I'm hoping he doesn't mind me saying it. But I do know.
He's mentioned that before.
What is it like with a fear of clowns? Like, I have a friend who is scared of clowns, but it seems to be more of like the face, I don't know, paint or like a mask almost that makes it so scary. Like,
yeah,
it's very interesting.
Yeah, I think
one day we were walking on the street, and you know that you've got those like people who are like painted, pretending to be statues and stuff. She found that very scary, so I was very intrigued. Like,
yeah.
Is it a mask thing or?
Yeah. I think it's probably just like it's someone hiding behind something. So it's,
I don't know. There's something about, because I used to when I was a kid, I was terrified of people who would dress up as anything, dress up as, I don't know, Buzz Lightyear or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because it just felt really unnatural, like they were hiding underneath this costume, and it was really scary, I thought.
So I don't know if it's something along those lines, like it's just something.
Well, I suppose it's you know, like how people wearing masks or like morphing your face can be like quite scary. I think it's the fact that you know it is a human and you know it's a face, like it's, I don't know, in our brain.
Yeah.
The way we're wired when it's not quite right. Like what you call them, robots and stuff, when you make them realistic but you can tell that they're not real. They're a bit scary because like they're close but they're not quite right.
Yeah.
Seems like it might be something like
that,
maybe.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's like the artificialness of it. That word. Yeah. Yeah, so I do get that. He said,
because I asked if he didn't mind me saying it. Alex says it's too late now.
And it was the film Clowns from Outer Space that sparked the fear. I still haven't seen Killer Clowns. Yeah, I've still not seen that.
Luke says, if you was to create one jump scare or horrific death, how would you do it?
Or a horrific death.
Yeah. Do you mean in real life or?
How long you got? I've got a whole list now.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I don't know.
That's a good question.
I don't know, because I keep thinking like the thing that scares me the most is when I just go out in the hallway in the night time or something like that, and like you know when you just imagine things and you're just like, oh crap, what if like somebody just jumped around the corner, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think that would be scary like in a movie.
Yeah.
It's scary because you're living and you're just imagining that actually happened in real life.
Yeah. It'd be cool. But it'd be cool, like you say, it might not work in a movie, but it'd be cool to figure out a way of making that work and seeing how you could do that.
What might be scary is, you know, you've got like a loft the little square in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Can you imagine it just opening and someone jumping out, hanging themselves?
Yeah. Oh, it'd be horrible.
So this is like, I don't know what is like too much right now.
Yeah. No,
yeah, I got the idea when I was very young, just because I watched like I think it was Jonathan's Creek.
Oh yeah,
watching with my family, and someone hung themselves. And I remember I went to go to the loo, and I left the bathroom door open, and we had that little door thing in the hallway.
Yeah.
Like it was in front of me, and I don't know why, I just couldn't stop thinking about somebody falling through it, hanging themselves, and I was too scared to like go past that bit of the hallway, so I was like stuck in the toilet.
Yeah.
Basically, as a little kid, like
I
don't know how old I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really scary to think at that age.
Oh, that's crazy, yeah.
That's how overactive my imaginations be.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing, though. It's great to have an imagination. Obviously, that's the
an imagination, not one that scares you every day.
Yeah. I think with jump scares, like talking about The Shining again, I think that definitely has the best use. Like even when I watched it again the other day, and I thought they're not necessarily jump scares, but it's just the way the editing's done. Like there's this bit when I'm pretty sure like Jack Nicholson's talking to Shelley Duvall at one point, and it keeps cutting back to Danny, the little boy, and he's just got this real horrified face, like. But it's like the way it cuts back to him, it's like really sort of shocking and sudden, and like, oh, I wasn't expecting to see that. And I think those are always the most effective, like not the ones that have the great big bang sounds or anything, but just the ones that are like, when you're shown something that you weren't expecting to see.
Yeah, I think something subtle, like, I mean, like with this Grudge versus Ring thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting it. Like the first scene where you see the ring in the background is so subtle to the point where like it's literally there right in front of you, and it takes you a minute or two to realise she's in the background. Yeah. And like when you do, you're like
yeah, I know the bit you mean. That was really good.
That is so subtle, I think, is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's there's another film I just thought of. Have you heard of one called Hereditary?
I've heard of this, yeah. I don't think I've seen it.
I think that's on Netflix now, but I love that, and there's that makes really good use of something being in the background, and you're not seeing it straight away, but then after even 5 seconds,
I'm getting creeped out now. I'm just like, okay, so I need to go to the toilet as well.
That's cool.
I'm just thinking, like, can you imagine if like after I've left the room, something just starts.
Yeah, it's going to be the night it happens. Okay. It's probably the best night it happens. We've got the company at least.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I need to go to the toilet.
Go for it.
See if you can hear me screaming in the hallway.
Keep an ear out. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Alex. You don't mind, and you was young when you saw it. Yeah, like I say, I still haven't seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but I really want to check it out. Again, that's on Netflix, I think. I'd really recommend Shudder to you guys, though. Like, if you... so Shudder's a streaming service, if you're not aware. But it's basically like Netflix, but just purely horror. And it's got some really good stuff. It's got some of the stuff you'd expect on there, but they do a lot of original stuff as well. I'm watching the Creep Show series at the moment, which is really good. The original film's really good at that as well, George Romero and Stephen King's film. We might have to make an event of it. You're right, Luke. Definitely. I need the loo as well now. I must hold on. I can't leave you guys here without anyone here. The cider's going straight through me. Hey, you're alive.
There Survived it.
Yes. I was just saying I've got to go now as well. Sorry.
Oh, bloody hell.
It's going straight through me.
What happens when you drink beer?
Oh no, I should have stuck to the orange juice.
Right, no. So, what do you think would be the most horrific death? I honestly can't think of, like, what would be the worst death ever. Would that involve some kind of, like, I don't know, a spirit demon taking your soul or something? Or would that be, like, a torturous death? This is a really dark question. Thanks for the question, lol. Colrophobia. It's by any fieldless. Yeah, I kind of feel like that's something to do with, like, a fear of clowns. Like, it seems like it's supposed to be, like, a really innocent thing for, like, children's parties and stuff, but you could really easily turn that into something completely the opposite, like a mass murderer killing children, or, like, a paedophile or something. Like, yeah. I can relate, but still not scary for me. Oh yeah, definitely. Realistic things are the most scary. 100%.
Without a doubt.
Have you heard of there's like I think it's called, like, Let's Not Meet Again. Something like that. It's like an online forum. I think people write this, like, really scary story, their experience, and it's supposed to be a true thing, and then the end of it is like, let's not meet again. It could be, like, about your stalker, like a story of this stalker or something. Like,
right. Like a creepypasta sort of thing.
Pretty interesting stories, like somebody, like, this is really vague and I don't really remember the details, but, like, somebody's driving, they stop on the road or something, and then somebody thinks they're broken down, so they ask to help them. But then the person who asked to help them is, like, really weird, for example, and then they just drive off and this person is following them or something like this. I don't know, something like that's real life that's, like, really creepy.
Yeah. That sounds, so it's like real life.
I mean, supposedly, like, people post their stories, so I'm sure some people have made them up.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of them probably could be true. I don't know. But it's based on, like, a real life event, I guess.
Yeah.
The whole idea of it. Those are very scary to think of.
That does sound pretty scary.
I think there was one I heard where, like, this girl was just in her room, sitting on her bed or whatever, and she dropped her phone. And when she went to pick up her phone, she saw something move under the bed.
Yeah.
So she left the room to go into the toilet, and I think she called 999 or something like that. And apparently the police came, and apparently there was a man under her bed, and he was about to kill her if she didn't go into the toilet.
Oh, God.
That's scary as hell.
Yeah, it's really scary. Oh.
So,
yeah.
Real life stories are very scary.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They always make the best stories around a campfire.
Sure.
Sleep over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't heard of that website, though. I'll have to give that a go.
sounds pretty cool.
Clowns are never funny either.
Just read that as well.
Literally not.
Yeah, that's very true. Whoever said they were
It's
funny
either
anyway?
like just so unfunny it's sad, or they're scary. Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I'm not
Not
looking up to my
I
bed
don't
again.
look under my bed either.
Yeah. Don't blame you, Lou.
Yeah. Like those stories you get of like people who have like someone living in their home that they didn't know. Like I've heard stories of like some woman living in someone's cupboard or something like that. Like who like they find out that like stuff has gone missing and things like and they don't know where it's gone, and then they figure out that somebody's been taking their food because they're living I don't know somewhere.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like when you just that normal sort of everyday thing when you swear you've left something somewhere but you just can't find it.
Oh God, no! This is me every day. I'm just like, where did
exactly.
thing?
And then it just appears randomly.
There's somebody in here.
Someone living under
There's
the floor.
a vent up here. I wonder if someone's watching me now.
Yeah.
We don't have 6 watching. We have 7. 1 in the vent.
Yeah. It's crazy.
The only way is Essex is the scariest thing I've seen.
Yeah, that's very true.
Pretty much.
Made a film about that, Harry Potter.
What?
Because he was the boy under the... What was his name? The boy under the stairs. He used to live in the cupboard.
So not under the bed, but under the stairs?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm having quite a bit of fun. This is really cool. It's just something a bit different. Especially at the moment when you're not allowed to, well, not supposed to meet up or anything.
Yeah, right. Slightly weird thing about being on this end is like everyone can see you and everyone can see me, but we can't see anyone else. Yes.
That is quite weird.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I promise you this cough is not coronavirus. I think it's the fact that I had like within the straw I basically had a shot of just pure absinthe.
Yeah.
Really getting to my throat now.
It's getting into your system.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Does anybody else drink absinthe there? Like properly, not shotting it, because that's not how you're supposed to.
No.
Wouldn't recommend that.
And I never have. And it's one of those things
like
that I
not
really
even
want to try.
at a house party, like in a bad way.
Yeah.
Really? I think I had it like when I was younger at house parties. Like I just felt like it was always the best idea to put all of the shots in my drink.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like drinking shots.
Yeah.
Like as a shot, so I just put it in my drink, and that was a really bad idea because it tasted awful mix of everything. But drinking it normally is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of those. I always saw it like when I was a teenager. I always heard about absinthe, and it sounded like a really romantic. This sounds really weird.
Absinthe is so nice.
Yeah, that's
the
what it sounded
experience of drinking it is like wow. Like
really. Oh, I've got.
I've got one of the fountains here. If you wanted to see it, like I broke it. Basically, I have a friend that I used to work with, and she likes absinthe. So I thought it would be a really nice idea to go to the park and drink it in the park. So I brought my cups, my fountain and everything. Like, I don't know, if you if anyone is even interested. I have some of my necklaces dangling on it, but like it's like a proper thing.
That's real cool.
Basically broke this.
Oh yeah, I see that, yeah.
Because like the thing is, oh please. I got so shit-faced that day. And I had to carry it back, and I didn't really think about how am I supposed to carry this back and be careful about it because it's all glass, right?
Yeah.
So we were walking, and I still had like a glass of absinthe in my hand, and I tripped and fell and smashed it on the floor.
Oh god!
Like properly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I lost a glass.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how that broke, but I broke the bottom of it as well. Like just don't do it. Yeah. But it's a very nice drink. I feel like when you drink it, you don't, because you're so conscious of drinking something that is so high in alcohol, you kind of like, you're a bit more careful with it. So when you get drunk, you feel a bit more clear. I don't know.
So
if I'm drinking like rum and coke, I'll just be knocking it back, and you'll just get like blurry drunk, like.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's hazy and kind of. Yeah. So with absinthe, it's a bit more. Yeah, a bit more clarity. Same. Yeah. I think
What do you think of The Woman in Black?
The Woman in Black.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the stage show.
Did you see the stage show?
I never saw it, but I'd love to see it.
It sounded amazing.
Yeah,
but I never saw it.
It sounded so spooky. And the film, like I really like. I think it's really, really good.
Yeah.
And to be the biggest thing that I came out with thinking when I first saw it, I just thought I'm so surprised it got a 12A rating.
There's your ghost.
Hey. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
That's right. I was just so surprised it got a 12A rating. Like when I saw it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Like.
Yeah.
I liked the movie. I thought it was very interesting. But again, like for me, like a lot of these kind of scary movies, I heard it was terrifying. Like I specifically heard like the live performance was terrifying.
Yeah.
So when I watched the movie, I expected to pee myself, basically.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know, like I think there was one scene where you got quite like a long, like a few seconds glimpse of this like ghost woman, and I just remember looking in her face and thinking like, you're not scary.
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't know, like if you just really look at their faces and really analyse it, you just kind of realise like it's actually not that scary. Like.
Yeah. No, exactly. I think, and that's why it's true. They say less is more. So it's
for sure. Like just a flash.
Yeah,
and that's like really scary. But like it was a little bit disappointing on that front. But I think the story was really amazing. Like, it was a good movie. Overall.
Yeah, definitely. I really liked it, and I thought, like I did, because I thought it was kind of the first big vehicle, I guess, for Daniel Radcliffe after Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I think, although he'd been in other things before that, that was the first one that was kind of the biggest mainstream, like, oh, this is what he's doing now, sort of thing. And I think, so it was definitely marketed towards the Harry Potter sort of audience, and I think they strive to make it like a 12A sort of certificate. But even like for the rating that it got, I thought it was pretty, like it was borderline.
But even like, how is that a 12A? Like.
It was so like, it was even sort of bloody in points and kind of like, but mostly just the atmosphere was just so intense, and like I was so surprised that it
got away with being that rating. But it did.
Sorry, you get it, mate.
Yeah. Don't understand, bruv.
Yeah, I really like. Is the live performance even still happening? Like,
yeah, I mean, the likelihood of us getting to go and see it live now is a bit slim at the moment, anyway.
Well, yeah, right now.
Yeah.
The likelihood of anyone doing anything right now is slim.
Yeah, that's it. But going back to sort of what we were saying about like Absinthe.
Yeah.
Like I remember, again, I think it came from my deep love of when sort of gothic, dark sort of imagery back when I was like an early teen and sort of getting into my angsty period and like, but
that angsty period.
Yeah, all got that. It's I mean, it still seems to be existing somewhat. I don't know.
Living in like a forever angst now. This bloody generation.
Yeah.
Can't get a mortgage. Can't get this. Can't get that. The angst never stops.
It's bullshit.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's right. I was gonna just remember because around that time I watched this film called From Hell. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Okay, no.
So Johnny Depp was in it, and Heather Graham, and it was based around Jack the Ripper.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Which is interesting in itself. But From Hell was originally a graphic novel by Alan Moore, who did V for Vendetta and Watchmen and League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and all these kind of comics. He did From Hell, which was like an alternate sort of look at who Jack the Ripper was and based around.
Oh my god.
Down the wrong hole.
Yeah. Burning absinthe in the wrong hole.
Oh god. Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
That's right.
Whilst I tear up.
That's fine.
Oh, jeez. Bloody hell.
But yeah, the final point
right,
about
the running makeup will add to the look. No. It's fine.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But they had absinthe, like Johnny Depp's character in particular has quite a lot of absinthe during that film, and like that sort of opium stuff, and kind of that was a big part of the film, and I just remember looking at that and thinking, I wonder what that feels like. That's interesting.
I wonder what absinthe feels like.
Yeah. And I still haven't tried it.
It's like a drug or something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it always sounded like that because it was like absinthe, just that kind of word. It sounds like it.
Well, I think back in the day, there used to be some kind of poison or something in it that might make you hallucinate because it's a bloody poison. But nowadays, we're not that lucky. No, I'm joking.
It's just a drink, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. The woman standing outside the house of the woman in black.
Yeah.
Reminded me of the woman on the first Black Sabbath album.
Oh yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, it was definitely like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really, like the image of that first Black Sabbath album. It's really spooky. But it was definitely like that in The Woman in Black.
Yeah, I do
completely agree with agree with Alex there. It's definitely the scariest 12A because I think it's just.
Oh yeah, it must be.
It's just crazy how they got away with that.
I'm just so surprised. I'm just surprised.
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah. I'm just going to look for that Black Sabbath album cover. If I can find it.
Have you got it?
Yeah. I'm going to get it up and screen share it. Because it's weird because it's kind of in the daylight, so
Yeah.
it's not
It's a
so
little more green than I expected.
Yeah. Oh goodness, my computer's like overheating because I've got loads of links up at the moment. No.
Life. Oh dear.
Bear with me a second. Sorry, this isn't great. It's not great viewing material.
Just trying to figure out how to do things.
Technology, yeah.
I got it.
I like how my straw looks like it's coming out of my plant.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's cool. It's like, well, it's almost like the plant's coming out of the straw.
Watering my plants.
Feeding it on pure absinthe. Yeah.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I give up trying to hide the straw now. It's just not going to work.
Yeah. Has this worked? I don't think it's worked. No, it's not worked. Anyway, let's carry on.
Oh dear.
It doesn't matter. So many things that we need to discover about the live stream.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
This reminds me of like I was trying to make this egg dish
Yeah.
before, and like
yeah.
it just proved to me that practice makes perfect. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to show you what it looks like.
Mm.
So basically, it's like a Japanese. Oh my god, I cannot type.
Oh my god.
Egg. I don't know. Making. Basically, like I try to make this. It's kind of like.
Mm.
Oh my god. What do you call it?
You got it. You got it.
I don't got it. Okay, so this is the best picture I can find. But basically, like, can you see this?
Yes.
This is like the egg, and
right.
you fry it like a omelette kind of, but then you fold it over.
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay,
yeah, this is a better picture. Like you would fold it into the end.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be really great to fill it with cheese.
Yeah, of course.
So I tried making that, and it was a complete and utter fail in the beginning.
No.
And in the end, I think I've mastered it.
Nice.
I'm just thinking YouTube is going to be the same as that, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Eventually, like 4 or 5 goes of it, and it will be perfect.
Top notch. That looks really good. That looks pretty cool. That looks quite tasty.
Bloody is mine.
Bloody is mine.
Some onions and some mushrooms.
Oh, nice.
God.
Hey.
I'm losing all my nails.
Loosening of your nails.
Yeah, my nails are all falling.
Oh.
These sticky pads ain't great. I'm sure nobody cares.
I care.
Oh, right.
No worries. KD says, and the sound of the rain on the title track, so haunting, brilliant track 2, of course. That's referring to the Black Sabbath song. Yes, definitely.
Do you not remember what that sounds like?
Yeah. It's pretty intense. That's all I can say.
I mean, the sound of rain in general is pretty nice. So.
Yeah. It's quite nice here, I do find it quite relaxing, definitely.
I don't know if anybody knows much about like K-pop. I hate to bring K-pop into the equation, but this reminds me that there's this guy, the singer, called B, which literally means rain in Korean.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's one of his songs where there's like a lot of rain and it is so emotional, like
yeah.
Just watching the rain and then the dancing with the rain and like I don't know, it just reminds me of that. Back in like God, I don't even know. How old was I? This is probably like 2008, 2009.
Yeah. Wow.
Memories.
Back in the days.
Dancing with a stick, like a walking stick.
Mm. Did you share me a link of something like that? Because that rings a bell.
Probably.
It does ring a bell.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of Korean K-pop dancing in water rain videos, though. So
yeah,
could have been any one of the varied things.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'm thinking of you sent me the Korean pop group that did like the horror themed stuff. Like they were really into like. They were like really good, like theatrically, but they sort of did like they were really into like zombies and stuff like that. That's what I'm remembering.
I don't know.
We'll forget about
there
that.
There is something. You just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
It was like no, that's not zombies though.
Yeah.
It was like a music video.
Yeah.
But they had like a really, really, really emotional like scene where, well, the whole thing was like an emotional story, but basically there was like a mob trying to kill this guy who, it was like a romance thing, and like I don't know, they shot the guy because he was trying to protect the girl, and I don't know, it was very emotional, like. Even if you don't care about romance, like it was a bit like, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was that. I don't know.
It doesn't ring a bell. That sounds really cool.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
But there's this other. I don't know if it's a movie or a series. No, I think it's a series. Basically it's a Korean series about like I don't know if you want to call it like zombies or something. I didn't really watch it. I watched like the first episode and that's about it. But it's like a period thing, and the emperor is like dead or something, but they keep bringing him food and he's like, you can't see him, it's like behind like a curtain, and then he's just like, you can hear him taking the food. I don't know.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's supposed to be some big, like, kind of zombie thing. It looks really good, but I just
really
honestly
good.
couldn't get into it because I can't get into anything anymore. But
yeah, you mean like series?
Probably
and stuff?
very good. Yeah, yeah. It's probably very good.
Yeah,
I quite like period dramas and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like Downton Abbey.
I don't know about that.
Not so much.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Oh,
that sounds quite cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What other good horror movies are there even out at the moment?
At the moment, I watched Alive on Netflix. That was proper good. Proper good, I'd say. Proper good.
That sounds really familiar.
It's called #Alive. It's like the full title.
Is that a movie or a...
Yeah, movie. It's really good.
Oh, is this a really, really old one?
It's no, quite recent. Oh, there is an old one called Alive, which I think's like when they get
I think that's
trapped in like
the plane crashes.
That's it, yeah, and they have to resort to
God, I watched this when I was so young, and
yeah,
I was just really fascinated by the fact that they are like eating each other's butts, basically. It's like whoa.
Yeah.
Why are my parents letting me watch this?
Yes. Some serious butt-eating action.
Literally. Okay, never mind. What's the other Alive? Oh, 2020. Here we go.
It's far more contemporary.
This is an Asian one. Oh, it's Korean.
Mm.
A zombie film.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw this on Netflix or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. It's on Netflix.
The preview or whatever.
Yeah. It's really good. I thought it was really good. Yeah. Like the main guy, and it's just so he's really cool in it, and then there's a girl that comes into it as well, and she's really good. And yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's worth it. It's worth
I think in the description it says something like this guy is like he's playing games online with his friends, and his family goes out or something.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
It happens, and then he's like, I guess I assume the only way he can communicate with people is like online.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of starts like that, but like they have signal problems, and because obviously the apocalypse is happening, so like signal shut down, and it's just I thought it was quite an interesting, different take on it being stuck at home rather than trying to find somewhere to survive.
Yeah,
it's kind of like they're stuck at home and have to. So it's a bit like how it has been this year in a way.
Basically,
with everybody, yeah. Except instead of the virus, it's flesh-eating zombies that want to kill you.
Did you watch Bird Box?
Yeah, Sandra Bullock.
What did you think of that one?
I thought it was alright. It was okay. Because it was so hyped up, I was expecting something amazing, and I thought it was good, but it was really? Yeah, it was quite interesting though. Like I thought it was quite
so.
Well done.
In the movie that I watched, what did it used to be a book or something?
Yeah, it's based on a book, I think.
So in the movie, in the end, it was like a place full of blind people, right?
Yeah.
And they were safe.
Yeah.
Technically. But I heard a much better ending in the book. Did you hear about?
I heard. I didn't hear what the ending was, but I heard it was.
Basically, it was these blind people, and basically they were pretending to be blind, and then they killed everyone.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's so much better. Like, why would you just water down that amazing ending?
Yeah, that's a great ending. What? That would have been so cool.
Yeah. So.
That's a pretty awesome ending.
A bit disappointed when I heard that, but. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really cool concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was another film that came out sort of shortly after. I can't remember what it was called, but it blatantly ripped it off. I can't remember what it was now.
Sounds really familiar. Like.
I can't remember what it was called. Anyway. But there's another film as well. Have you seen A Quiet Place?
Sounds really familiar, but I don't know. God, I don't remember anything. I think like I see all of this stuff advertised on like Netflix or whatever, and I don't remember if I've actually watched it or not.
Yeah,
which is really bad, but yeah, I've heard A Quiet Place. Don't know if I watched it or not.
That's pretty good.
Probably didn't then.
Yeah, a lot of it's like. There's hardly any dialogue in it because the characters have to keep quiet because the monsters that have sort of taken over the earth are blind, but they're sensitive to sound. So any remaining survivors have to live their life in silence, otherwise they get hunted down. So it's pretty cool. It's a good concept.
Right. That sounds like the rip-off.
It does sound like the rip-off, but
I don't know.
But I think it was before, but well, I don't think it was before the book, but it was before the film Bird Box, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about books. I just know about films.
Indeed.
I'm just checking up on the chat. The Cottage has been mentioned. Have you seen that, Emma?
I haven't, no.
Oh,
I was just searching. But no, I haven't seen it at all.
I think it's one of my favourite horror comedies, definitely. That's it. That happens, innit?
Me eating some cheese every night. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I don't know what it's about.
It's one of those, like, the less you know about it, the better it is. Like, it starts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, the first half of it's like almost. It's kind of like basically these two brothers kidnap the daughter of someone like an important person and ask them for ransom money, and that's kind of the setup of it. And they go to this random cottage just in like the English countryside somewhere, but they sort of end up on a farm that belongs to a farmer who is very undesirable, to say the least. And that's where the horror
undesirable in what kind of way? Like, what?
You wouldn't want it
unattractive, or
well, there's that. But you also wouldn't want to. You just don't want to cross him. And that's where the horror sort of part comes into it. It's really funny as well. Like it's like Alex said there, it's pretty. It's a good blend of horror and comedy. Definitely.
Nice.
I haven't seen that for ages. I've got to watch that again. I'd recommend it, Emma. I think you'd enjoy it. Yeah.
Reese
Definitely.
Shearsmith. It's great in anything he does.
Oh,
I feel like someone with the surname of Shearsmith is great in anything they do.
Oh, definitely. It's just a great surname, isn't it? Reese Shearsmith.
That is a tongue twister of a name.
Reese Shearsmith. Yeah.
Love.
Yeah. Have you ever seen The League of Gentlemen, the series?
Which one?
The League of Gentlemen.
No, I haven't.
No, or Psychoville.
No.
Okay.
Is this Reese Shearsmith?
That's him. Yeah, he was part.
Let me just do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I probably know if I'm a very visual person. Like.
Yeah. He was part of the League of Gentlemen and did Psychoville, and then Inside Number 9, which is a current series, and they're all like horror comedy sort of stuff. They're really good.
Inside Number 9, that's that really, really old series, isn't it? The one where they did like a live one for Halloween, and it was like a real almost disaster. Or is this something else that is just called Inside Number 9?
Yeah, it might be something
I don't know.
else.
I thought it was like a British thing where like every single episode was like a completely different story.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is that, yeah. So there was a new series this year.
Was there?
This year.
I thought this was like exclusively a really old thing.
Oh, okay. It's
Damn.
it's fairly recent, although they did use. I'm just thinking that there might have been an old series that was like that as well.
Yeah, because it was like everything was linked to Number 9.
Yeah.
I don't know if every like episode they had like, I don't know, a Number 9 house or something.
Yeah.
But everything was completely different every single episode.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That was Inside Number 9. That's probably the same series we're thinking of. Yeah.
Probably.
Like it starts in in a flat that's Number 9 or a building, and then
right.
Yeah, some of it would just be
probably.
Yeah, that's it. That's such
because I think
such a good series.
When live TV kind of first started, I think they wanted to make the most like scary Halloween episode ever. And basically they kind of faked it, but because it was live and they made it look realistic, like to those standards back in the day, and everyone really believed it. And I don't remember what happened, but like something went wrong and people genuinely believed like something went wrong. And I think the show like failed because so many people complained about it.
Really?
Like,
was that Ghost Watch?
Like if you faked somebody killing themselves on TV, like if you pretended it was real, of course people are gonna like complain about it and be like, it's something along these lines. I don't remember exactly what happened, but something
that does ring a bell.
I don't know. But it was basically how I know about that show. Like,
it was
happened, right?
Yeah. Was it called Ghost Watch or something like that?
No, I think it was called like Number 9.
It was called Number 9. Oh, right.
That's why it rang a bell.
Right, I see. Oh, maybe, yeah. There's one called, because I know the one called Ghost Watch was like, it had Michael Parkinson hosting it and like these news broadcasters at the time, so it seemed like a legitimate live broadcast.
This was a really, really old one though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really old. And it just, it scared people shitless at the time. Like people thought it was a genuine like paranormal thing going on, and but that was quite clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. This has been extremely successful, I've got to say.
Indeed.
Good for a first one, anyway. We've had no technical difficulties.
No? Well, kind of, except for in the beginning.
Yeah.
When I disappeared. Like, what was going on?
Oh, yeah. That's weird that it sorted itself out, though.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Emma, it's always a pleasure, never a chore.
Bloody hope so, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Well, otherwise, it wouldn't be great. No, thank you for doing this with me, Emma. This has been really cool.
Yeah,
do it more often.
In it.
Bruv. I'm just catching up. Katie says, what was the recent film we saw, Jamie, with Martin Freeman and Paul Whitehouse? And it was called Ghost Stories. Have you seen one called Ghost Stories, Emma? You'd like that as well.
I feel like every question you're asking me, I'm like, no, I no, Dad.
I'm just throwing the recommendations at you.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Ghost Stories is brilliant. That's really good. Like, that's really suspenseful. And it's kind of like, so it's kind of set up around this guy who's basically his job is debunking spiritual mediums and kind of proving that they're wrong. And
okay.
He goes to a few different people who all have these ghost stories, and that previously they're kind of skeptics as well, but they've experienced something that's changed their minds and they believe in ghosts. And it's kind of like almost like an anthology film where they tell each of their stories. So it's set in 3 different parts where they tell their stories, like different ghost stories. That's really good. Again, another one of those that's kind of funny but scary at the same time. And that was Ghost Stories. We could call this. We could call it. Sorry.
If I ever go to Japan again, I want to go to the Grudge's house.
Oh, definitely.
For real, like I want to go. I don't know if it's a real house that you can, like. Obviously, I don't think it's really haunted.
Yeah, it looks like.
But if it's a real house that exists, I want to be able to go inside.
Yeah.
Just like go into the cupboard and like look up at the loft.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. That would be so cool. I imagine it is a real house because it looks like it's in a neighbourhood.
Yeah. Hopefully no one is living there.
Yeah.
Because then you can't go inside.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, would you live there? I don't know. Would you live there?
Would I live there? I mean...
Well, I don't know if anyone would.
You'd never be lonely.
That's true, yeah. You've got company. Sort of have a pet, like a cat. But not really.
That thing you probably never have to feed.
Like a human. Yeah. Yeah, there is that. There's no loneliness with being possessed, I suppose.
Which is the exact opposite of loneliness.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well. Yeah, so anyway, the Grudge versus The Ring, it was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It's eventful. It's like, I don't know, like, it's entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I'll definitely watch it for anyone who's interested in it.
Yeah.
And even if you're not interested in it, it's a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just skip to the end. Skip halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
And you thought it.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
It's not going to be scary from then on. It's just going to be kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. I think that wraps up the stream. Do you think? I don't know how to end these things. This is really interesting. I think sorry.
See ya. No,
see you later.
End calls.
No, thank you guys for watching. Alex, Luke.
Thank you very much.
Ken. That's my dad. And yeah, and Emma, thank you for doing this. This is really cool.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me on here.
No worries. Anytime. Okay. See you later, everyone. Bye. Right. I've just ended the